want to go that way? Okay. There. Walk up. Good boy. Come on. Look at a kissy girl. Look at a kissy girl. Go get a kissy girl. She's back there. Go get her. Did he want up? Come on. Oh, she's right there. Stop. No crying. No whining. Good boy, Benny. Good boy, Benny. You gonna sit by Grandma right up? You're okay. Just settle down. Just settle down. Just relax. Nice and easy. You want to come over here, Todd? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. You can do it. Come here. Hurry before Benny gets it. Hurry. Benny's coming. Hurry up. Come on. You can do it, Benny. Come here. You don't like the lights. I gotta turn it off. I was trying to do the talk before he came in here, and then I'm gonna take a minute. Are you petting him?
Yeah.
All right. Put my headphones back on. Get this out of the way. I don't want to listen to this song. I think it's funny that sometimes, like, I pick the music on what's here, right? It's all songs that I have liked. And then I can be uncomfortable or irritable or fucking annoyed. And then the song that I like, that I pick, all of a sudden becomes the most annoying song on the planet. And I want to throw my phone across the room and freaking make it stop.
No kidding.
Anyway. So there's a lot of turnover right now. A lot of people are dying. Doesn't matter the ages. I see what people. Either way I look at it, when people cross over, they're like they're in the same soul family as other people that they cross over with. And a buddy of mine that I became friends with because he started watching my videos some years back.
Yeah.
His dad died.
His dad died.
And he's not hurting anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, sometimes people decide that they want to go. They just don't want to be here anymore. And sometimes people decide early on in life that they don't want to be here anymore, but they don't ever check out. So they just keep existing, just doing all this, doing all the stupid stuff. Doing all the stupid stuff that other people want them to do. And perpetuating that freaking illusion so somebody else can buy a bunch of shit that they don't need. And all that veil is falling down. All that veil is falling down. It's all coming down. It's all coming down right now. And I appreciate all those people that are, transitioning now. Dude, one kid was on the show I used to watch called Alf. He was the youngest. He was the youngest character on the TV show Alf, and then it was like, I remember when Shannon Doherty, she came to Reading. She was on that TV show 90210. She came to Reading when I was in junior high. That's when that show came out, and there was a dance at Buckeye. And she went to it was like, come out to do Just Say No. You know, the whole dare thing. They get a celebrity to come, and then you could come out and hang out with them. And I didn't get to go. I never got to go to a lot of stuff like that because we didn't have any money. And those are for, that inclusion. We didn't have is inclusion with paid membership required. I didn't, so... Anyway, I didn't do a talk yesterday because I was on a little pink cloud. Yeah, I went and got a camera. I picked up a new camera, and then my stickers came in today. The background, they're actually kind of gray. So, you don't have to repeat everything I say. Thanks. You're making my train of thought derail. I appreciate your interaction and that you get enthusiastic about my talks. I got to practice patience and tolerance several times today. I met a dude at the park. It's funny because he's the first person I ever heard that said, when he introduced himself, he said, my name's Bart, like the Simpson. And I said, that's funny because my name's Marge, like the Simpson. And I've been introducing myself like that for years and years because oftentimes when I say Marge, Evanston, Illinois, there's lightning. Sometimes people think I say March because people are funny. So, I think I got bit by a mosquito. Shit. I hate mosquitoes and they love to give me welts. So there's a couple different generations now. They're already different. So we got this one that's gonna be a button. They're stickers, but I'm gonna put them on a button. And then I got these today because they're 4 inches and these are 3 inches. And then these are just gonna be stickers. So, ow, fucking mosquitoes! I can't see the stupid comment. I'm gonna get upset. So yeah, I met this dude named Stan, and then he started talking about how I don't know, he's a skull and bones and all that, and I'm like, dude, we got to talk about something else because I'm getting I'm getting agitated, dude, because Mom's good. Because I was trying to, because all these, I can't stand clubs and these people with all these advantages, And it's like you have so much advantage that you carry all that excess advantage around with you. And then like all these people, they're withering away because other people have all this advantage, and it drives me crazy. But evidently the Jesus Christ consciousness is coming back to planet Earth, and a bunch of people are having their come to Jesus, For years people are, like Ben Davidson, all these people are talking about the end of the world, like the world's going to end how we know it, and the thing of it is that for a lot of people on this planet, the reality of it is that the world ended a long time ago, because sometimes things happen to people and it breaks their heart and it breaks their minds to the point that it doesn't even matter what happens to them anymore because their world shattered years ago. And we got to start caring about people. Regardless of what they look like, the color of their skin, their ethnicity, who they sleep with, all this stuff. And that's exactly why I came up with this when I was a little 9-year-old girl. And I knew I was gay. I knew I didn't want to marry a man. I'd go to sleep and crying at night because I'd be scared because I didn't want to grow up and marry a man like society expected me to do. says straight people like rainbows too. And now I got stickers. I'm going to have buttons. I got t-shirts. I never thought I was going to do anything like that. I was just some little autistic girl, and I don't think this is ever, I'm not going to ever make $1 million because I'm never going to be rich because I got a rule. I got in my personal constitution. And that is whatever I make. Me and Mom we're covered. Our bills are paid. We got a car that I don't got a payment on, and I'm getting all the maintenance done on it. So it's like a new car because it has all these new parts on it, and it's, we have everything that God doing the right thing and not being too exceptionally douchey. It has made made it possible for me to take care of Mom, and then so whatever we make, I'm going to use that to make other people happy. And today I got to do, this is what I got to do today. I love making people happy, man. I'm going to put this video, I'm going to make a video up of it on TikTok. But this is what I did today. I got a bucket of like all these chalks, and there are this like youth. I try not to get the kids' faces. The youth group out there, basically it's like mass scale babysitting, and I brought that over to the adults, and I said, you can take this. I'd like to see that whole sidewalk over there full of chalk art. And so that's what they did. And so there's all kinds of things you can do to make people happy. People are so worried and so concerned about making themselves happy. It's like they got all these ideas, like if I get this, this, and this, then I'll be of service to others. But first I got to get all these things and set myself up first, and they don't get it. It's like you got to be of service to others, and then you can get whatever, as long as it's pure of heart, you can get whatever, your heart desires. As long as it's not creepy and pervy. And too many people on this planet, they went the creepy and pervy way, and they there's consequences to living like that. There's consequences to indulgence. There's consequences to gluttony. There's consequences to living that best life and never doing nothing for nobody else. I don't want it to be this way. I would love it if people could just go around do whatever they wanted without any repercussions. It's just not how things are. So when I was a little girl and I had to learn, I remember I learned about death when I was 3 years old, 2 years old, 3 years old. I had a cat, little kitten, and I'd call Mom because the judge said I'd have to go stay with at Grandma's house because the deck was stacked and all this stuff. And so and then one time I called to say goodnight like I did or whatever, and she said, well, I got some news, because she never sugarcoated nothing, and she wouldn't lie to us to save our feelings. I assure you that. And so she explained how the dog got too rough and played with and I think that something else happened, actually. I think that the mom's boyfriend got drunk and stepped on it or something like that is what but anyway, so maybe she did kind of skid the truth or something. Who knows? But the cat died, and I was like, so everybody dies, and it really sunk in that everybody died, and I went through the whole mourning process for everybody that I thought about, or I cared about, or I was a fan of on planet Earth. At that time, at that moment, I mourned for them right then, and then it was like, and now fast forward 48 years, 47 years. And then all these people are, that I grew, they're all dying and transitioning. And the only thing I wonder is just how much did they really value life? I hope they really value life. And then people teach me and they show me, And then I try and think that I value life. And then so I do things that I think that that because I value life. Like my body hurts all the time. Every day my body hurts. And then I went and I ate some of that. What is it? It's like pesto. There's a word for it. It's mozzarella, tomato, and basil. And you can put it. I put it on a baguette, and then pesto. But thing of it is I can't eat tomatoes because it just makes my body just like light up. It gets so, and everything hurts. And so, but I didn't care because I wanted to eat the food, and I know that eating tomatoes what it does to me. I didn't care because I wanted to eat the food. And that's just crazy. I think that's just bizarre. Like I'm hurting myself, but I didn't care. But I'm feeling the consequences of it today. And so the next time that I want to go do something like that, all I got to do is remind myself, Marge, remember how uncomfortable you were? Do you care? And sometimes I care, and sometimes I don't. It depends on the mood I'm in, I guess. So I went and did a walk around. That's what I met that dude, and he was just like, I don't know. He said, I don't know. I never see. It was a new character. I never seen this guy before. But I didn't do a talk yesterday because I was on a little pink cloud. Because I got a new camera. And it came with all of this stuff. It came with the body, 2 tripods, 4 lenses that pack, like 3 camera cards, all the shutter, there's a tornado in Chicago, Illinois right now. There was one in Omaha about an hour ago. Anyway, all of that for $13.50. Like that lens alone is like $800, $900. And so, and it's so, God is so good. Like you keep doing the right things, Marge, and then you just ask for things that aren't like, crazy extravagant, but all this stuff is like $3,000 worth of equipment. Maybe 4 if I were to look it all up. But I went and met them yesterday and picked it up. It's a D7200 Nikon. You're okay, baby. I love you. And then I got to go to the park today because that's one thing I want to do is I want to give families that don't have money. They don't got money to go to and people don't people don't really take pictures. I mean, there's photographers because that's what people call themselves that are going around taking pictures, living that best life. But I think I don't know. I got my own whatever. But there is another young man with his 3 young kids at the park today, and I said, this is what I'll do. He said, what do you take pictures of? I said, everything. Because I leave my car there, and then I go and walk around, because I don't have to pay for parking when I park at the park. But if I park on the street, then I got to pay $2.25 an hour. And every time I feel, then I'm just like, F you, fucking mayor. It's just a little shit stain on the dockers of the fabric of society. And so I try to avoid getting upset as much as I possibly can. And then I go around and I walk around and stuff and I take pictures, all kinds of stuff. And so today I brought my new camera and I was walking around and stuff, and I got back and I met this guy and his kids and stuff, and he's February 20. What did he say? I think he said February 20th. And I was like, oh, and so he asked about what I took pictures of, and I told him everything. And then I showed him my business card because I gave one to another lady, and it says snap knacks on it. And that's what I envisioned doing some years ago. When I moved to Oregon and I knew I was going to be a stay-at-home daughter and stuff, and I had to think of ways that I could like earn income of some kind for in increments of 2 hours, stuff like that. And so I thought about like, well, you know, I got ordained so I could do weddings. But I told the kid, I said, I'll tell you what. I said, what you do is you go to Walgreens, Walmart, something like that, and get a camera card. Get whatever size you want, and then you bring it, you know, dress all the kids up, dress the wife up, you know, bring the family out, you know, and I'll just hang out while you guys are just having your lives, and I'll just take, you know, I'll take a couple hundred pictures, and then you go and look at them all and all that stuff. Keep the ones you like, leave the rest, and then next year we'll meet back again, and then I can help you document these little kids growing up. And the thing of it, you don't gotta, you know, like you don't gotta pay me for it, kind of thing. Like we'll work out an arrangement so there's not like a void in the energetic exchange, but we'll figure out something that, you know, that everybody wins. And because I'm trying to help make a world without money on earth, you know, because there's a lot of people that deserve to have the same good shit as everyone else, but they can't afford it. Because why? Because they don't got the right blood, or they didn't do the thing that everybody else wants, or, you know, whatever reason. So it's a trip, man. So much stuff is happening now that it's crazy. And I'm not going to talk about what happened to the trumpeter because I don't need to. Everybody else is already putting their stuff out there, and I said it the day it happened. I said my piece, so I don't need to bring it up no more. You know, there's things that are allowed to happen, and there's too many terrible things that this country has allowed to happen. And well, we're getting the collective. We're gonna have to all. I mean, it's gonna triple down wherever, however, like whether you know. I mean, like what is happening in Houston is gonna trickle out, like because more things are gonna happen in these cities, and it's gonna push out a ripple effect of misplacing people. Like people are on day 8 of no power. That's just weird. I mean, we gotta hurry up and get busy taking care of people, or universe is gonna recognize that collectively we don't care about people, and so there goes more people, whatever the instance is, because people just don't value life. So we gotta collectively just really start valuing life, and wherever you see someone that needs help, you know, help them, and don't worry about the repercussions. What is that? It's not a stupid comment. It's me say. I don't know what I said. I can't see. I didn't know. I wasn't thinking it was a stupid comment. I was thinking it was stupid that I couldn't move my window out of the way to read the comment. I don't think any comments are stupid. That's all. But so that's what's going on today is what do you call about it? What is it? Mars in Gemini. This is where my natal placement is. So how's it feeling for other people? Huh?
Yeah.
How's it feeling for other people? Oh, everybody gets to feel like what it feels like to feel like I got to explain this today, then I think I'll wrap it up because I'm going to be at the 30-minute mark. So this is how I see things. Like, okay, so if I take this picture and go edit, and then the pen, And then, okay, so here's the color wheel, right? This is a color wheel. It's all over the place. You can't really, it's not here. That's a little bit better. You can see more colors. So I think of it as like, okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 120 colors on this graph. So say, and then there's at the top, there's 120, and so there's 130. So take each color and divide that color into 3 different shades. So it gets around 365 colors, right? And that's how, when I meet people and I ask them their birthday and they tell me, this is what I picture, and then I go, okay, this this is like every day of the year. All right? Here, I could just go like this. Wait, I could just go like this. And so for every day of the year, and people that are born on that day, they have characteristics. They have personalities. They have, they got all of these potentials of who they are or aren't going to be. And so, like, when people tell me they're Scorpio, I'm like, oh, you're like over here in the, in these, in Capricorn and Aquarius, they're like over here in the winter months. And then like, Aries, Cancer, those, we're like over here, and, but we have free will and we get to decide what we do with all of the potentials that we're given on the day that we incarnate. We get to decide, we get to choose, and I have found personally that when I choose to live solely for myself, that it hurts my soul and my spirit. When I do what I, what's good for me and important to me and all that stuff, and still from time to time, a few times a week, put myself out and inconvenience myself to do something for somebody else, then it just reminds me to be more grateful for the things for the life that I have, and be grateful that I did the things that I did when I wanted to just do nothing. That the hard work got to pay off, I say. And so I talked to my buddy Carl today, and because his dad just died like last night. It was like 3, like they checked on him this morning and he had passed, and I wanted to talk to him and to see where he was in his process, and he had said something earlier about people try to prepare themselves like it's going to soften the blow, like it's going to be less painful kind of thing. And back when I was a little girl and I knew about what death was and all that stuff, I decided way back then, because you think about, I remember, think about, when grandma dies, I'm going to be so sad. Like, what all, with these significant people, when I lose them, I'm going to be so sad. And every single one of them I lost. And except for my dad, but I almost lost my dad, my mom, both when I was 15, so I was faced with that realization of what the earth would, and neither of them are the same version of the people that I started, they got traumatic head injuries, both of them, so they're not the same people that they were before the head injuries. So I don't got the same version of parents that I started out with, but that happens to a lot of people. It's not just me. And well, I decided a long time ago that like my dad wasn't part of my life. I tried to have him be a part of my life, and you know he wasn't real nice to me, and he yelled at me, and he wasn't a good guy. And so I know that one day when he's gonna die, and I'm not gonna be sad about it, because I'm not gonna exude any energy to be sad about somebody that intentionally chose not to be a part of my life when I was alive. So, you know, but everybody has their own choice. I mean, everybody has to decide for themselves, you know? Everybody, because not everybody has their life story. You got your birth story, you got your death story, there's all these stories in between. And it's just a trip. It's what you do with that dash in between. Anyway, I valued life from a long. I mean, every time like I'd go see my when I was younger, and I have separation anxiety. I had separation anxiety. I had to learn to get past that too, because like I said, there's judges that we had to satisfy, and so I didn't get to live with mom for a time, and you know, and then I'd go stay at my grandma's house, and mom had an old Nova. She had an old Chevy Nova. It was really loud, so I could hear her coming and going, and my grandma was like, I don't know, she was pretty manipulative, and I guess she didn't want to deal with the recourse of things, so. Like before I went to bed, I'd be like, wake me up, so I could say hi to my mom, because she'd have to drive from Morro Bay to come over to Atascadero, 100 miles a day, 26 miles each way. That's how my grandma set it up, and my mom didn't have no money in his old car, but yet she made it so my mom had to come over to pick my brother up to take him back to Morro Bay to take him to school. It was just completely fucking jacked. And so, like, there's this one time in particular I said, be sure you wake me up, and my grandma didn't wake me up, and it was like a Friday. And then something was going to happen, so I wasn't going to see her, and I don't know. That's doesn't everybody get taken like? Yeah, it's just there's when people that have advantage, they don't put themselves out to help people. They put other people out to make their lives good, and so many people have gotten away with doing that for so long, and now we get to deal with the recourse of self-will run riot. So. I'm trying to just choose healthy, you know, I'm staying home the next few days. I don't gotta go, I mean, like, I'm gonna work on my sticker machine is gonna be here. I'm just gonna, I got hobbies. I started carving on my stone. I'm working on the owl that I'm carving, because that's what I see that's in there that wants to come out. So I'm gonna let all these other people learn the lessons that I've already learned. I don't need to go push the envelope, because there's just, you know, with Algol, with Gemini, what is it? It's Gemini and Uranus. Gemini, and so like a lot of people are gonna lose their heads, and people are getting more heated and hot, and like less, like there's more bullshit, and people have less aptitude to keep the peace, and that's when people are gonna see. Yeah, so anyway, it's hard for me to keep the peace sometimes. That dude, I thought we were gonna. I don't know. I never heard from him again. I hang out with one people. Oh, I had a whole theory about like the neighbors went on vacation and their car died, and now they're back, and then they rented out the back room. It was all verified today to all be true. Because I saw the neighbor lady at the park, and she told me that they rented out their back room, and so there's no anyway, but and then I just think that's funny. It's like I pick up on little clues and things like that, and then they said they got a Jeep Cherokee, and they said it's dead, and when they were driving back from Houston, like. Every time they were going up a hills, it was overheating and stuff. But the air conditioner was working, and they couldn't figure it out. And they called every shop in town, and they couldn't get anybody to look at it. And I was just like, that's how towns are. That every place is like that. Like, if people want to help you or patronize or like give you your bit, like do what they're do whatever they can to help you. And if they don't, they'll just find reasons why to not. Because I was like, really? Like, you can't get your car in and they're not going to touch it for 3 or 4 months? Really? That can't be right. You know? I mean, that can't be right. Because I go one of the biggest shops in town I go to. And, you know, it was like a week and a half out. It was like 10 days out that they could get me in. But they were still even trying to accommodate me to get me in earlier. So I guess everything's a case-by-case scenario. It's always been like that in my world. You know, I guess other people have had more of the advantages, but I don't know, it's just every scenario I've ever come into life, it's like, okay, you win some or you lose some, how is it going to work out, you know? Anyway, life is a trip. It's a trip. It's just getting trippier. But we're doing pretty okay. I mean, where we live, the weather's ideal. Like, it ain't triple digits where we live. It's not 107, shit like that. 111. It's like in the 80s. And then it's like overcast, and it's monsoon season, so rains will come passing through, and it'll just cool everything off. It's kind of nice. It's location wise, I do miss things like lakes, and I wish I knew somebody that had a swimming pool, because I'd just like to go float in the pool someplace. And they have hotels here, but you got to pay for a night, and they raise their prices because it's a busy season, so they want to get as much money out as they possibly can out of people. That's just, you know, they say nothing's personal, but I'm just like, dude, I live here full time year round. I'm not going to pay $200 to use your pool, but they don't got no deal or nothing, so. God, what greed does, man. Oh, I'm sorry I can't. People make up shit every day they're making up stuff of what they can or can't do. Oh, it's not in my job description. Oh, they're just making excuses. I just want to hinder instead of help, that's all. Oh, that's okay, they can. Everybody has free will. They're just going to understand the consequences that one day they're going to need help. And then they're going to have to learn how to get themselves out of that situation without any help. Because of the help that they didn't give. So. Alright, I think that's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.